Meve left Aldersburg in ill spirits. Rather than provide the help she had hoped for, Demavend had merely sent her on to Mahakam. Her way west was lit first by the glow of a burning city, then by the smouldering remains of charred villages by the roadside. It was clear the war against Nilfgaard had taken a bitter turn. Each stranger was now treated as an enemy, and the customarily hospitable Edirnians slammed their doors at anyone's approach. The party's morale was somber as well, and did not even improve with the first sight of mountains looming in the distance. Wandering among the ashes, Meve entered the dwarves' domain. Along perilously steep paths, Black Rayla led the Queen and company towards Mahakam, the dwarven homeland. There, among snow-capped peaks, someone awaited.
Rayla, you brought strangers.
Gabor, I present to you Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia.
Ah, a queen. Crivens. Well then.
A large shadow swept across the sky. The dwarf swallowed the rest of his greeting as all raised their gazes to see a dragon soar swiftly toward Mount Carbon.
Keltilis, dinna be afeard, he isn't a threat to us.
The dwarf had broken the silence gently, he himself quite familiar with this altogether unusual sight.
And now, sit yourselves down afore the pottage grows cold.
But... Flew... Drake?
Stone shriveling marvel, innit? Makes you almost sad the lizards are dying out.
Should you not worry more about the fate of your brethren? That creature will soon have all Mahakam aflame.
Ha! Keltilis? No! He's lived here centuries. Harmless for the most part. Now, your grace, a taste?
No, none. Though your offer of repast I value, good sir.
Oh, no need of that. Gabor, please. Enchanted to make your acquaintance.
Gabor here's a true local notable, from one of Mahakam's leading clans, the Zigrins. But then he wouldn't be our guide if he wasn't. A guide for all important guests.
A pleasure. And as I said, I thank you for your hospitality, but I've no time to feast now. I must speak to your ruler at once.
Don't mean no offence, but Elder-in-Chief Bruverhoog's a recluse of sorts, as humans go. Didn't even meet the ones that wear crowns. But I suppose I could, meaning if you drafted a letter...
Her Majesty's got Demavend's signet, given willingly.
Ah. Well, that's a sheep of a different sort. We didn't let many human folk into Mahakam, and for good reason. So those who we let come through the second gate get blindfolded. Just after they've surrendered their arms at the first, but you've the leaden ring. Given one of your kind to confirm trust and amity. So, we're certain we can treat you as one of our own. Elder-in-Chief's in the pass visiting. Looking to his flock. Come on. No reason you two shouldn't jabber right quick.
Though the Lyrian infantry rose half an ell taller than the dwarf, he moved with remarkable ease through the waist-high snow, while those behind him slipped and stumbled on the ice-slick rocks. Meve and Rayla trailed the party, so they might speak in private.
Nice, dapat Gabor Zigrin. Nanti kita cek apa dia efeknya. Oke. Itu deh.
The ring. However did Demavend come to possess it?
Elder-in-Chief himself gave it to him, years ago. A decade, perhaps more.
Why?
Oh, you must have heard the tale, Your Grace. You see, formerly, Foltest of Temeria's sovereign of Mahakam, he believed it was his right to tax any land lands, so he sent collectors. Well, the dwarves felt stripped, so they stripped the collectors down to their natural state. Put them in beer barrels, they then rolled down the mountainside.
Ah, my. That incited Foltest's ire, I'm sure.
Indeed, Ember hot ire. A punitive expedition was assembled immediately. We're about to set off when Demavend managed to dissuade Foltest. Elder-in-Chief gave him the ring in thanks.
I see it all now. Prevented Mahakam's slaughter, Demoven did.
Your Majesty, Demoven prevented a slaughter, true. But faultists in the Temerians, not the dwarves. Mahakam and fortifications. Well, you'll soon see. No human will take them, ever.
The Elder's gratitude, then? Not certain I know where it came from.
Had the dwarves crushed the Temerians? No, when they had done so, what would have happened? Why, retaliation against all non-humans in Temeria. Bruven knew this, so in fact, Demoven saved them.
Exceptionally provident, the Elder-in-Chief.
And shrewd as a swarm of snakes. So when you speak, beware his hiss, and weigh your every word.
Okay. You dislike non-human, I thought.
Non-humans you despised immensely, I believed.
They don't bother me a bit. Long as they stay in their lands, seek fortune nowhere else. I detest only those who infest our cities, humbly insist on belonging to our guilds, holding office in our institutions, armies.
Yet some find a place for themselves, blending marvellously.
It's never lasting. They're different, odd. Strain's inevitable. And then they'll always stab a human in the back.
Okay, Rayla, I'm grateful.
Rayla, your aid proved an unexpected bounty.
Your Grace, to fight arm in arm with one so bold as you is an honour from which I'll not readily resign. I was to lead you to Mahakam, King Demoven's order. As to my duties afterwards, I received no instructions. So until a sealed scroll containing such arrives, I will serve your Grace under her command.
Nah, jadi gini, gengs. Apa namanya? Disclaimer. Jadi aku sering main ini off stream, ada beberapa saat lah off stream. Terus karena memang milih misinya adalah sekarang aku milih gimana caranya supaya karakter-karakter yang ada di sini itu tetap ada di squadnya Meve. Nah, waktu di Eden itu gimana caranya supaya si Black Rayla ini bisa join? Karena kita harus benar-benar ngedukung dia buat ngebunuh elf atau Scoia'tael. Nah, dampaknya seperti ini gitu. Jadi kayak dia mau ikut si Meve. Tapi kalau kita melakukan yang berbalik, yang kita menentang apa yang prinsipnya si Rayla, kemungkinan dia langsung menolak buat diajak squadnya Meve. Alasannya karena memang Meve terlalu lembek lah untuk menangani Scoia'tael gitu. Nah, cuman di sini pun sebenarnya ketika dia memang ada pengajuan buat dia sangat willingly mau ke Meve, tapi di sini ada pilihan ya, you must return to Demoven gitu. Ya ini pilihan kita juga, apakah kita mau tetap keep dia di squad kita atau kita nyuruh dia buat balik. Kalau aku sih sekarang karena misinya memang mau ngelengkapin semuanya di squad. Jadi gimana caranya supaya nanti semua orang yang ada di squad ini tetap stay gitu. Aku bakal milih dia buat aku mau milih I've always room for those of your ilk in my ranks gitu. Nah, buat kedepannya karena ini streaming, kalau memang sekiranya ada pilihan-pilihan kita yang terkesan malah ngebuat salah satu dari tokoh atau tokoh-tokoh yang lain bakal cabut, kita bakal pada saat kayak gini nih, dialog kayak gini, kita bakal force quit, terus baru kita ulang lagi dengan pilihan yang berbeda. Karena setahu aku kalau kita nggak force quit dari sini, nanti udah auto save dan kita mau kalau kita loading ya udah kita di situ gitu, dan itu sesuai pilihan kita yang dari sini. Jadi asumsinya adalah kalau kita force quit di dialog, berarti kita ngulang dari awal, kita ngulang dari save-an terakhir lah. Gitu. Oke, kita sekarang heading dulu.
I'm content, Rayla. The times are such that no aid can I dismiss, and yours in particular.
I'm humbled, Your Grace.
Let us move on. I've grown amply curious of this Elder-in-Chief, this Bruverhoog.
Bruverhoog, summit meeting.
I have a message for your eyes only.
Oke, sebelum kita move, kita cek dulu ada surat dari scout kita. Ini dari report dari Mahakam, ada letter from Captain Tobias. Tobias tuh dia standby di Lyria. Dia selalu ngabarin apa yang updatein, ada update apa aja yang ada di Lyria. Di sini, Your Majesty, as promised, I'm reporting to you on the situation in Lyria and Rivia. Your son is king in name only. True power is held by Count Caldwell and General Dehi. From what I hear, both last for sole control. Thus, conflict between them is inevitable. Soon, Nilfgaard will start expelling peasants from the best land of Lyria and Rivia and importing their own settlers to replace them. William tries to delay the process, but General Dehi will not relent. Our prayer for your success, my lady. Oke, jadi ini ada William yang memang sebenarnya dia berusaha buat mencegah, memperlama proses ini nih, kayak apa, replacing apa warga-warga yang ada di Lyria dan Rivia diganti sama warga-warga yang ada di Nilfgaard. Cuman pada akhirnya FDI selalu inilah berusaha buat dipercepat lah gitu. Ini dari Mahakam, stable, unchanged for centuries, no evidence of internal opposition, open for cover, power in Mahakam held by Elder-in-Chief Brover Hook, ruling on behalf of clans. Warning, Hook extremely difficult negotiation partner. Tiresome to get him to sit down to talks. Deathly wearing to convince him to make even minor compromises. Only values good of Mahakam and its inhabitant. Up to anything else lead nowhere. During present war of Mahakam maintains strict neutrality. Trade with both Nilfgaard and Northern Realms. Intinya sebenarnya ya itu tadi, dia Mahakam tuh ya netral aja gitu buat Nilfgaard sama Northern Realms. Nah, cuma sementara sini tantangannya adalah si Meve itu sebagai perwakilan dari Lyria and Rivia butuh bantuan nih ke si Broverhook. Nah, apakah mau bersedia? Inilah waktunya kita cek. Kita ada di Mahakam. Lumayan gede banget. Nah, ini kayaknya si apa namanya? Si kerajaannya kali ya. Ini kerajaannya deh. Wait. Itu kerajaannya. Ini mungkin nih kerajaannya nih. Ya banyak lah. Kita masih di paling bawah banget. Jadi kita harus mengitari. Nah, cek dulu. Tadi siapa? Oh ini. Draw and play to blitz unit from your deck. Ini menarik sih. Buat manggil ini. To blitz. Nah ini. Damage a unit by 10 if it was destroyed. Deal any remaining damage to another unit. Play one trinkets from your deck. Trinkets tuh ini ya. Trinket tuh ini. Ya betul. 13, geng. So far sih ini udah enak ya. Jujur li. So ini kita bisa gaskon penting gak sih sebenarnya? Enggak sih. Ya coba ini dulu. 2. Apa 2? Ini ya. Ya udah deh. Coba kita cek workshop dulu, ada updatean. Oke, nice. Kita bisa nambahin apa ini? Unit excluding artifact will take up 25% less of recruit cap. Maintain, ini decrease cost of creating units. Ada increase recruit cap to 200. Each unit gain 1 armor at the start of the battle. Lumayan nih. 2. Ini nambahin unit sih sebenarnya. Oh, ini nambah hasil. Zeal, spying, restrain. Ya, baik. Ini cuma nambah 5 doang health-nya. Nambah damage. Oke deh. Kita coba ngobrol. Wow, banyak banget.
Isbel?
Apologies. Thoughts consume me sometimes. Is there something you need?
Since we left Edirne, you've seemed unsettled. Is all in order?
I've seen many wars in my time. All ugly, all repulsive. But what the Imperials did at Aldersburg was... it was unforgivable.
Nilfgaard. That's what it does, Isbel. They seek here to repeat the rape of Sintra, the slaughter there.
Yes, I saw that. I was there. And at Sodden.
Then you know of what they're capable.
After Sodden, I took an oath never to take part in another war. Such suffering, such hatred, senseless, all those deaths.
Senseless deaths. Our troops sacrificed their lives in defense of their homeland, loved ones.
I must believe there's a better way. Forgive me, Mum. I must gather my thoughts. Never mind about me, though. I shall perform my duties to my utmost, as ever, as always.
Okay.
You speak with my soldiers a good deal. Said so yourself. I'd like to know what about.
Corporal Larkin, Ma'am. Do you know him? Captain Oisin, perhaps? Or Lieutenant Tegan?
Of course I know them. Among my best. They've served me loyally for years.
You know them. But did you know that in fleeing Lyria, the corporal left behind a newborn daughter? His wife was in confinement when you gave the order to march. The corporal could not go to see them. And true, the captain has no wife, no child. But he's not seen his brother in 5 years. Never once been granted leave. Your General Odo's orders always taking precedence.
Allow me to guess. You shall now tell me Tegan abandoned his sick mother to follow me.
No, Ma'am. Count Caldwell's men murdered the lieutenant's kin. Retaliation for his joining your rebellion. He learned of this just recently.
Enough. You've made your point. Yet even were I to order them to return, they wouldn't listen. They know they've got nothing to go home to while Nilfgaard occupies our land.
Okay.
Duty calls. I must go.
Of course. Should you need me, I'll be here.
Coba ini dulu.
Yes, Your Grace?
How go things, Reynard? You and Gascon get along now, I hope.
Well, you might...
Tell me more, friend.
I don't pry into his affairs,
I'd prefer it if my commanders worked together more closely.
Your Grace. The man's a brigand.
Oh, Reynard. He was a brigand.
I must disagree, I fear. Yes, he stopped thieving for now, but only because it's convenient, so to speak. Gascon isn't a changed man. He still hasn't an ounce of honor, dignity.
Yet he has a unit of armed men, without which we'd be much worse off. Might not even have survived.
Agreed. The Strays are excellent fighters. I'd be the first to admit it. I only fear they might turn on us, leap at our throats when we least expect it.
Sekarang kita
It's time
tanya
I
ke
attended
si
to other
Gascon.
Hey ho, how's my favorite queen in the north?
You and Reynard, do you get along?
Like a cat and a hound. Get it? Because they call me.
Yes, yes, your jests are easily understood. Far more difficult to enjoy.
That's probably true, in your royal high and mightiness's case.
Will you answer my question?
We get along because we must. Though it'd be far easier if he pulled the lance from his arse.
Haven't heard a truer word in a long while.
What was that?
Nothing, nothing. It's time I attended to other matters.
Kita ke
Your Grace?
Ake. Oh, nggak ada.
Farewell, Ake.
Your
Gabor.
Grace, I need to speak with your quartermaster. Excuse my Elvish, but I can't drink that goat's piss he serves in the mess.
Reynard's doing, no doubt. He doesn't like the men to drink too much.
To be blunt, ma'am, what Reynard himself needs is to get good and bloated for once in his stiff life. So, I have a proposal for you. A shipment of the best dwarven mead and lager. I can arrange for you to arrive. Trust me, the men's morale's nae like to be a problem when they pour a bit of fire in their guts.
Kita ini aja deh langsung.
Good point. Very well.
Oh, give my thanks, dear Queen. A few more days of that and I'd have been lapping up puddle water.
I trust you'll arrange the details.
Of course, no worries. You didn't ken how happy a dwarf you've made me. Ah, right. And the men too, of course.
You're a Zigrin, are you not? I know the name. One of your clan slew the dragon Okvist.
Aye. You're thinking of Yarpen. Cousin of my cousin. Left Mahakam when I was but a wee snot. Decent enough dwarf, but never could conform to our basic tenets and laws. Though, admittedly, we've so damned many it's hard to keep them from leaking out your ears.
Is it that bad?
I'll put it this way. Among human folk, you can't steal, brawl, murder. All the basics. In Mahakam, we've got laws about how to braid our beards. But I'm no one to complain. The Zilgrins are well-to-do, one of the richer clans. Got more than enough goods to suit our needs. Though, we've got some bads as well.
What do you mean?
Bah! Nae worth your time. I didn't mean to bother you. Sides, best to jabber of such things over a cold pint. Or keg?
Your elder. I'd like to know more. Do tell me about him, please.
One tough whoreson, Brewer. Stubborn as an old goat, as you'll soon see for yourself. All in all, though, he's nae as scary as some say. Been keeping the clans in check for some 2 centuries now. Which is nae a small feat, I might add, no.
No conflicts between them all this time. Are you certain?
I can't tell if you're jesting. At each other's throats each day they are. Breckenrigs despise the Chives. Dalbergs would scratch out the Hoog's eyes given half the chance. As for us, we hate them arse-licking foxes. But Brewer's got his ways, keeps each yen in line. If not for him, Mahakam would have fallen to bits ages past.
Why?
Round 150 years ago, when the elves were fighting that hopeless war against your folk, the Elder-in-Chief ordered the pass to Mahakam sealed tight. If it weren't for that, we'd have ended up like the pointy ears. As it was, we waited for the shite storm to abate. Didn't open the pass and stretch your legs again till it were safe.
Yes, I remember. The manufacturers in Rivia have yet to recover.
With all due respect, Your Grace, your workshops forge utter crap. It's nae our fault that human folk prefer dwarven goods. Basic market principles, that's all it is.
I feel enlightened, Gabor. Thank you. We shall return to this conversation later.
No skin off my back. We seen each other, Your Grace.
Oke, kita ke Rela dulu.
Yes?
Demoven's reason for so fiercely defending Aldersburg. I must say, it caught me quite by surprise.
Not me. King went to that brothel every time he stopped at Aldersburg, which was oft. He made sure of that. I told him he'd sting a girl with his serpent one day, but he wouldn't listen.
My, I see Demoven couldn't keep anything secret from you.
Didn't have a choice, really. When Edern was not at war, I served as his bodyguard, followed him everywhere, and saw everything. My king enjoys life, enjoys pleasures, and indulges often, but none of this has hindered his ability to govern the realm bloody well.
Why do you hate the Scoia'tael so much?
Rayla, might I ask you a personal question?
Certainly, ma'am, but I can't guarantee I'll answer.
You see, Nilfgaard marched into my land, invaded, stole my crown, slaughtered my folk, and topped it all off by turning my own son against me. Yet, the hatred I hold for them's a mere shadow of the passion that grips you. You lust for the blood of every last Scoia'tael.
Haven't heard a question yet, Your Grace.
What did they do to you, Rayla? What happened to make you who you are?
Elves and humans, they can interbreed, but you must know that. My mother was an elf, making me half of one. We lived in a hamlet, and all around us knew. The other children would bully me, beat me, spit in my face, no eye, because they feared the Scoia'tael. But powerless, fully aware they could not defend themselves, they took their fear and shame out on me. The Scoia'tael sow hatred and terror between the races, and that will not change. It will not disappear, as long as their bloody rebellion continues.
I must go. We'll...
Satu lagi,
lady.
Javier.
You choose not to follow your king, Xavier. Why?
To fight in the field, with you. This was my wish, my lady.
But what of your home? Rosberg must be rebuilt. Engineers are needed.
I've no kin in Rosberg. No soul left for me there. All I've left is revenge.
I understand.
Okay.
Other matters await my attention. We shall speak later.
As you wish, my lady.